host view. Hey, good evening, everybody. At least good evening, Sylvia, and good evening, Joseph. And good evening, Sebastian. Welcome, welcome. So we have quite a different setup this time. So I lacked some camera angle from the desk, sorry. Oh, yeah.
Doe het niet.
Yeah. And now it works, at least in 30 seconds. As for Twitch. Okay, we're back. And audio seems to be a recurring issue. Can you hear me now? I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can hear, if the Twitch people can hear us.
Okay. Yeah, that's
let's
might
verify.
be a bit of delay.
Robot voice. I can hear you, but your audio seems duplicated or something. Yes.
Oh, I can.
We can hear you. Okay, so I'm okay, but you sound like a robot. Nice. Hey, I can hear you. I can hear you just. I'm not sure if I can hear you on the Twitch. Let me check the Twitch. I can't hear anything on the Twitch actually, somehow. I'm not sure. But it could be my setup that I can't hear Twitch. Oh, but Jillis sounds odd. Oh, I can hear you both on Twitch, so that works. But Jillis sounds odd. You're probably looping back something in OBS. Oh, and Joseph says, I can't hear Jillis at all now. Yeah, this is... This is weird. I have 4 windows open, my own OBS, our Zoom call, and then Twitch, and I see myself move, and it's time delayed from left to right with all the different applications. Oh,
we
can't
hear the other on Periscope. I think you will be able to hear me now. Since I used another microphone, I probably amplified it so much. I can hear, oh, robot yells again.
Okay, so in OBS, which microphone did you? You have the different microphone volume sliders in the audio mixer.
Yeah.
And you should just have one of them open, mic/aux. And if you hit properties or eigenschappen, you can select which microphone it needs to use.
Okay. Hey. USB microphone.
Yeah, bear with us. We're trained professionals, which is why this goes wrong.
So if I turn this one on, so this is mic aux. So let's see if this works. Robo Yillis, still Robo Yillis. You sound fine now. Okay, cool. Now I need to close some stuff.
Okay.
Hide, and we have a hide here. Okay. So this stream will be 4 hours due to all the audio setup.
Oh God, no.
Okay. Well, the cool thing is I already see a lot of cool people. Jan Willem, Zawadi, Victor, Noor. Hi, Noor. And probably I should say hi, Noor. And we had some audio problems. Joseph is in. I set up a different camera thing. So this is my webcam. And in the screens itself, you now see a co-host. So if I go to webcam, you will see webcam, and it should be all still the same. I have a microscope. So you will be able to see things up close. And I have a desk cam that will allow me to like zoom in on specific stuff or like do something from the back. And I already noticed, since Joseph is on the call, that I should not put my camera on my keyboard while I'm typing my passwords. So let's make a close up on the items and not on the other stuff. I'm going to be watching a movie. Yeah, you should. Movies are cool.
Yeah, it's cool what a few people in the RevSpace channel came up with. Well, what they found was something called Sync Play.
Yeah.
Which is a nice little tool to watch movies together while not in the same room.
Oh.
And they're all synchronized. You can play and pause. You all have that right to pause the movie.
Yeah.
And you get a chat overlay on top of it.
I know the kids are doing something like that, like watching anime and like having a chat together. I don't know the name of it.
That's probably the same software.
Ah, okay, cool. Cool. So Sync Play is awesome. The boards are ordered in last stream, so Sebastian created an awesome setup for joining 16 of these. So, oh yeah, cool. So like a 3D image of it.
Let me see if I can conjure up the 3D image as well.
Yeah. This is a board with 16 ESP Picos, which are ESP32's 2-core devices. They're all interchanged on I2C. And the idea is to hook them up to a Core 2, like the new one with the touch.
I need to hit the overgang button. So
okay. Yeah, this is so epic. So we actually have 8 of those, and at least Sebastian will have one. I will have one. I will send one to Joseph. I think we should leave some at RevSpace as well, and like if there's other people that want to have them, we can do that as well. So it has more cores as my PC, is what Joseph is saying.
Yeah,
it could be, and I think I did a training on OS2 Warp like a while ago, and the thing that they come up with is like this distributed way of computing. So I have a couple of different cores, couple of different machines that will do a certain task, like crack some hashes or do some other calculations. So you can 16, so it's 32.
No, there's a third core in the ESP32.
A third core? I thought
there is an ultra low power, very simplistic third core in there.
Okay, cool. No, that I didn't know.
Neither did we when we first started the SHA 2017 project, but apparently there's a third core in there. I think we even support it in the bash team firmware that you can write assembly code with.
Cool.
It's a really simple thing, but it's there. So
Yeah.
yes, it's a triple core system. It counts.
Cool. So the boards are ordered. There was a two did not make it to the final quality test. So yeah, we don't actually need 10, but if we're ordering, let's not just get 5, get a little bit more. And I've ordered the atoms as well. And since if you look at these, it depends on the ones. Is yours shiny or matte?
The glass, you mean?
Yeah.
Shiny.
Okay, I have 1 shiny and 2 matte ESPs.
Yeah, I think that you can actually reverse the glass. Let me check.
Okay,
Yes,
can you lift it?
Oh, so the glass.
Yeah.
Let me hold it up.
Yeah.
Has a matte side and a glossy side.
Oh, okay.
So you can probably just reverse them if you.
So can you easily open those?
Yeah, just stick your fingernail in between, and then you pop them open.
Oh, cool.
But be careful.
Yeah.
The whole assembly is a little bit fragile.
So there's a sticker on the end.
Yeah, you need to you just let that sticker be there.
Yeah.
And just use it as a hinge. So you start at the USB end of the thing, and just stick your fingernail in between.
Yeah.
Pop them right open.
Desk warranty void. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what we do
warranty
here.
has been avoided.
Yeah. So this.
Come on! If you can't open it, you don't own it.
Absolutely. So this is it. Oh.
Yeah.
So this is the other side.
Really tiny neopixels. That's the ESP.
The antenna.
No, that's the. Yes, I think that's the ESP32. If I recall correctly.
Yeah, underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the antenna.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's like a flexible side to it. I think we should open more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, looks pretty neat. And look at the board itself. It has a. Where are you? A shiny and a matte side. So if I were then I should.
So, and the nice thing when you look at the bottom board, from the top side you see the button.
Yeah.
And below that you see 4 pads, because you can get these atoms with the matrix display, so the separate board on top of all the LEDs, or you can get them with 1 single pixel, and that can be mounted right dead center over there. So they use the same board for different models.
Yeah. Cool.
Just to be a little bit more cost effective. So the gyroscope on I2C and the matrix are on a separate board. It's a clever little design, but the M5 people are quite clever.
Yeah, absolutely, and they really understand the market.
Yeah.
Like coming up with stuff that people immediately have the idea, hey, this is what I want. Like
an external antenna on the atom. Let me see. Well, easy, probably not. Antennas are weird, and I'm not good at RF engineering, so I'll not make any statements on that. But there's when you have the ESP32 rovers, I really should have connected my microphone, but if the rovers, there's a few resistors there, and you can switch them out for
rotate them.
Yeah, you need to switch a resistor. It's a tiny one, 04, 02 or smaller, I think, and then you can connect an external antenna connector to it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
reversed the glass now, and now the scan view. They're all the same. So let me shed some light on it. So
Yeah.
it looks neater, but just
Yes.
because of that reason, I just ordered 16, and they gave me quite a discount to support this project. So thanks, people of M5, for helping us out making this awesome project. I think it's cool. And there was another project that was going on um, last week, and I had some discussions about it with the people of the batch team, and this was the Turing Pi, turingpi.com. Hello? What is the... Okay, let me share this on another screen. So,
Oh,
uh,
yes.
so this is the Windows view. So this is a board. There's a little video where you can stick in the compute modules of
Oh, yeah.
the Raspberry Pi. So
Mm-hmm.
this is I've looked before at cluster boards where they use Raspberry Pi Zeros. So there was a person from Japan that created a board that had some upright USB connection, micro USB, and you could just clip on the Pi Zeros. But yeah, this did not make it to any production stage. So there was only one person that had this board, and it is quite hard to get a lot of Raspberry Pi Zeros. So most of the shops, like I think Kiwi Electronics, they sell the Raspberry Pi, but only with a soldered pin header, and then you pay like 70 euros instead of the initial
Mm-hmm.
5 that it was aimed for. So I want just a board to be able to test out cluster environments. And this is a board that has 7 Raspberry Pi compute modules. It's a Raspberry Pi 3, so there are some limitations. It does not have like a mature Ethernet port, and the footprint of the, what is it, DDR-ROM or SO-ROM connection that they use allows not all the power that can be used from the board itself. Uh, what they do is they have one Raspberry Pi, which is the master, and this master acts as a I squared C master. So we thought of our board with the matrix square to use I
Mm-hmm.
squared C, but this is actually what they did. So this is already a production device that uses that exact same thing. So their master is a I squared C master, and all the other one are I squared C slaves. The Ethernet can be controlled using I squared C, so you can like shut the port, and you can shut the power, and you can connect to the board itself. What they did is they have an
Are they connected? All of them, all of the Pis are also connected through Ethernet, right?
all also are all connected via Ethernet as well. And the USB is only connected to some of them.
Ah,
The master at least 2, 4, and 6, I think. So you have
yeah,
some ports on
cool.
the back, but not for all of them. So this only requires either a mini ITX board or an 12 volt 3 amps, I think, power supply regular. and they made I think a laser cut enclosure for it that looks very cool. So let me see if I can bring up the specs, especially on the cluster management bus. So this, are you able to read this? So you configure it using the standard I2C detect on the Raspberry Pi, and then you can like configure stuff using I2C addresses. So some security settings. Set out a negotiation for a certain port. So this is network. Power management. So do we have an overview? Alarm. There's watchdogs as well, maybe. So there's quite a lot of cool things. So it has the drawback of not being the most performance if affected device. There's the other thing. It's the Pine, I think. The Pine has a cluster board as well, which is a lot cheaper than this one. Has more power. They will use this sort of Kickstarter to fund their Raspberry Pi 4 version, which will have a different socket. So you will have like the full Ethernet experience, gigabit, and all the other stuff, but that will only release next year. So I've ordered one. Will be delivered either November or December, and I think well, we can have some fun with this as well. I already built some with older stuff, like earlier Raspberry Pis, like the 2s and the 3s and the 4. But yeah, this is like all the hardware is the same. And something that I did not know is if you look at a compute module, so on the board itself, where is it? Need to go back. So on the board itself, there are SD slots. But you can also get them with eMMC flash on the compute module itself. So you don't lose any connection to the board that might be slower. So that will be.
And you can also boot them over PXE probably.
You can put them over PXE, and there's a flash port on the device itself. So you can use this to format the Raspberry Pi from another machine. So now it will become a very expensive SD card flash device. So
yes.
This is something that I want to play with, especially for things like Kubernetes or like cloud-related stuff. I think cloud is very cool, but if you do not yet know a lot about the cost structures, it can be become very expensive if you make a mistake.
Yes, with the one-click purchasing on Amazon.
Yes. Yeah.
I've seen several people spending, unwittingly spend thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Because they misclicked in the Amazon settings thingamajig.
Yeah. So this is something, and another thing is these ones. So I already got one. I think. Let me go to the desk cam and maybe get one open. So if you tell a little bit about your IDs of tonight, then I'm going to search for a screwdriver.
Warranties will be voided again.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, my main thing is, what would you like to see me or Yillis or both of us do and talk about?
Audience driven.
There's some things I can do within a snap of my fingers. Is start up something like KiCad or Fusion360 or Inkscape to do some PCB design, case design, whatever. I'll pass that along, Joseph. He's asking for you to restart the desk cam. because it's draining. Oh, it's 21 already.
Yeah, it's like, and it will shut down during the stream as well.
Yes, it probably will.
For the amount of money it costs, it's not a very good device, the GoPro.
Yeah, my desk cam is an old iPhone with an app on it. And
Yeah.
it connects to OBS and that just works.
So took it apart, and
Bring in a cat if I want more viewers and talk. Cats are away sleeping.
So add some light.
Hey, that's a very familiar sensor.
So they already deliver it using a pin header that's cut off. So let me switch to this one.
So that's the CO2 hat for the M5, right?
Yeah, yeah. So this is something made by someone in Japan.
There we go.
And
cool.
So there's even, I think, resistor pads or address pads maybe.
Let me think. It's probably pull-ups for the PPM line.
Okay.
So what you're looking at is the MHZ19B sensor, probably.
Yeah, correct. And it does not come populated with the device, so you need to buy that yourself. So
it's just the empty case and the board.
It's a 3D printed case, and there's drop shipping as well.
So you get a board with no components on it.
Yeah.
And you get a case.
Yeah.
So
that's it, and only the board and the case will cost 70 euros.
70 or
70?
Wait, what?
You can have like a sensor board by a special someone for that money and still have some left. Yeah. But that's because I get it from Japan and it will not be shipped directly, and it has to be done through drop shipping, and it's like a niche market. And
yes, I would say that too if I was selling empty cases for 70 euros.
They are not selling it for that money, but in the end,
shipping.
Together with the shipping and for two, it was like the total amount of money.
Yeah, it's probably not even unfair amount. It's reasonable.
Yeah. So if you would have bought it from the Netherlands locally, it would be perfectly fine. But like having it in this way, but I think it is a cool idea to have a wearable sensor that measures the CO2. So that's
yeah. I have two opinions on that.
Okay.
Yes, it's a cool idea. That's first. I have three opinions. Yes, it's a cool idea. That's opinion one. Opinion two is when you're wearing it, you're probably breathing in its area. So that's two. And number three is these CO2 sensors are awesome, but they consume a lot of power. So your battery will drain very rapidly.
Yeah, this is something that will need to be powered using. So although it's a very compact design, it will still require.
It's something I would. This is something I would consider for. Hey, I'm in my home office, in an office space. I'm constantly moving around, but I need to have a look on the air quality. Something like this would be perfect in a school, that sort of places.
Yeah, like where they have these traffic lights, like it's green, it's yellow. Yeah. You need to open a window, and it's red, and everyone needs to evacuate now.
Yeah. Or throw a chair through a window to let in some fresh air.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you sit in a car, like a suicide trigger?
Oh, that's
no, that's CO1. That's not CO2.
Carbon monoxide.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Sorry.
So that's
Bad
this
puns.
went from having a nice conversation to gruesome within 5 seconds.
Yeah,
Oh,
still
goodness me.
doing Cards Against Humanity in my head. So this escalates quickly.
Yes. Well, we were good enough here. Yeah, that's true, brother.
Yeah.
That's very true. Um, a car is a sealed box when the windows are closed and the AC is off. That all is
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It
True.
probably would be very interesting and actually helpful to people to have more CO2 sensors in their life. Period.
Yeah.
That's let's keep it that up because that's the
Yeah.
main
I was made
thing.
aware by Hacklot, since they had a minor issue with CO2. And I was made aware by RevSpace with the monitoring, and that's how I got introduced to CO2. And now I'm using it myself. I have every room equipped with these sensors, and now I open my windows more, and I feel a lot better now. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, same here. I have my window here open. Let me see what the current no data. Hey, stuff is broken. Why are you dead? Oh, that's what you get with home-written software.
Oh,
Let's reboot it. Let's see what happens.
I thought it was the
Unplugged it
vacuum
and
cleaner that was plugged in.
no, I probably destroyed something.
Okay.
Oh, it's booting at least. There's data coming in. So
Okay.
let's I'll see what the CO2 level is in a bit. Okay. So yeah.
At least if no one's having any idea, I think it would be cool to somehow create a casing for the circuit board that we designed.
Yeah, we can.
And how to do that
something.
without having the circuit board. I think I
Oh,
would
that's
not
also
feel
interesting.
confident starting on building a thing without having the actual ones. Like a friend of mine is designing circuit boards, and I am, yeah, I think I should only order a circuit board whenever I have tested it on like a breadboard or create connections, or because I'm not confident enough that like all the power is okay and all the connections are okay, or that the correct pins are used and that you're not using like any pin that would prevent you from booting it or whatever.
Yeah, I get that. Well, the thing is, uh, you can test. Uh, you can test early using a printout or using measurements.
Yeah.
When you design a board, you know within a certain tolerance of the size, and you're never designing to be thousands of millimeter precise. You
Yeah.
always take into account margins of error,
Yeah.
because nothing will be dead dead center, dead perfect 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter, or 0.1 millimeter. There's
Yeah.
always a margin for error, and so it doesn't really matter, and especially when you're using rapid construction techniques like a laser cutter or a little bit less rapid but still pretty fast a 3D printer.
Yeah.
Then it doesn't really. Then you can just print one or cut one, and when
Yeah.
your board comes in, just try it out.
Yeah, correct. And you can just file your way around it if it has some margins that do not fit.
Yeah, or just print or cut another one.
Yeah, that's
most material and machine time is so cheap these days that it doesn't really matter whatever route you choose. So
yeah. Do you have one
yeah.
yourself, a 3D printer?
I have a 3D printer and I hate it.
Okay.
But that's my general view on life, is that I severely detest 3D printers.
Okay.
I can use them, and I can appreciate a good one. I do not own a good one. I own a cheap one I bought a few years ago from AliExpress. I don't recommend getting a random kit from China if you don't know what you're doing.
No.
Get like a Prussia, if you can afford it. There's a Prussia Mini that's out a few weeks now, and just get that, and you have a lot better experience in getting started.
I love your hate for 3D printers.
Oh, 3D poopers, yes. No, I didn't
Prussia?
invent that
How
word.
do you write it?
Prussia, P-R-U-S-A. But I can show you the website in a second. Give me a minute. Let me switch to my browser view. Let's hit transition. Then we see the Brokey house party sensor data. Let's go to Prussia3D.com. So, what Prussia does is make tons of little and big 3D printers. Their standard Prusa Mark III's is that this website is going way too fast. Let's see. So they have a bunch of printers currently. The Mark III's is for me about the gold standard in below 1,000 euro printers. It's easy to set up. Just unpack it, set it up, and go. So that's a great printer. And if you have an older Prusa model, you can get an upgrade kit and just rebuild your printer into the current model. So they have an SLA printer, so which cures resin. I have no idea how that works, and the fumes are interesting, so I'm not getting one of those. And the Prusa Mini is their new low-budget model, which is incredible value for money. I think it's about 400 euros, including shipping. Yeah, 349 without the upgrades. You can get some optional upgrades in there. Get those. A filament sensor is very much essential. So this is a great little printer. The multi-material printer upgrade, I do not recommend. Two reasons. Swapping filaments even on the fly is slow because you constantly need to clean the nozzle to swap colors and then swap back.
Yeah.
And we had, let's see, oh, someone is distracting me over IRC. Let me close the IRC pop-ups here. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. The second thing, we have one at RefSpace. We bought one when they just came out, the upgrades, and we have not been able to get it working reliably. So don't get the multi-material upgrade.
Yeah.
But do get the Prusa Mini. It's an awesome little machine. Or get, if you're really a high volume printer.
And what's the price?
The Mark III's is about
350.
Yeah. Well, 340, 350 for the Mini.
Yeah.
And the Mark III's for 749 as a kit or 999 as a printer.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than the machine I have standing over there. Let's see.
Yeah. Jan Willem is stating like he spent. There's a. I will do a quick one here. Bye bye 3D printer. This is a Prusa clone. I'm cured from the 3D printer fever. Go to your local Fab Lab or Shapeways. That's like my opinion as well. Like he says, like you can only spend your money once. That's one reason. But I think like having a 3D printer, having a laser cutter, having it will take up so much space in your house. Like you're creating a Fab Lab or a hackerspace or whatever.
There's actually 3 reasons you should not get your own tools in your house and just go to a hackerspace. Well, currently with the COVID-19 situation, you might actually invest in a few tools to spend some more time in your house and then only go for the essentials to a hackerspace.
Yeah.
Which is why I invested a bit in some more tools at home and have some more stuff readily available to me. Yeah, cost is one thing. A membership to a hackerspace is still in the Netherlands for nearly all space is 25 euros. There's I think two spaces that are charging 30 euros per month now, and that's great value for money when you compare all the tools that you get.
Yeah.
Second is space. You only have a few square meters in your house, so you don't want to waste those when you can have that stored elsewhere. And the third one, time and machine upkeep. All these machines will have a learning curve, have maintenance needed, all that sort of stuff done.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well from a hackerspace, because you spend your time with likewise people, like-minded people, so they are able to get you up to speed, and like the is maintained, and the material, enjoyment. I need to get some myself as well. So that's the reason that I did not start it. My wife bought this one.
Well, getting a 3D printer is about the upper limit in manufacturing machines I would currently get at home.
This.
I'm thinking about replacing my shitty 3D printer, but it's somehow, weirdly enough, prints well enough. Oh, what's that? Is that a vinyl cutter?
Yeah.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah. No. Where are you? This one. Yeah. So this will cut vinyl, will cut paper, and flock flex, that kind of stuff. So you can print your own shirts, you can print your own whatever, but still, it should be pink, right? In my opinion, this is not a professional device, since you need to align it on a piece of carton board, and then it tilts because like the mechanism does not work correctly. There's no feeder somehow, so it's not that expensive. Yeah.
This is the one we have at Rush Space.
Yeah. Let me share. Yeah.
And that immediately points out the difference in getting your own or a group buying a professional tool.
Yeah.
And both are good. There's no pro or pro either way. If you want stuff at your house, if you don't want to go somewhere, then just get your own tools and have fun with them, and please enjoy. And I hope it's money well spent. But if you're willing and able to get a membership to Hackerspace, just
that's so much value for money.
Yeah.
For me, it was not even the tools, but more the gain of knowledge. Like I run into limits of the stuff that I do and the people that I work with, and so being able to ask questions to people that work in other industries, and yesterday PBX showed his work on the reversing the chips. Yeah, that's like epic. Where can you find? On hardware
great set of talks yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hardware. It's weird that they did it through a Zoom call. I stopped listening into PBX's talk because the audio wasn't working well enough for me.
Oh, okay.
But that could just be me.
It worked for me, at least, and I've seen actually more people using Zoom. Yeah, it depends on the setup.
It's a platform, and if you want something done reliably, then just go for something that works. But that was a great talk, and I hope they publish the talk on YouTube so people can watch it, because it's groundbreaking stuff. Nobody in the world has managed to reverse. I think it was a Pentium 2 microcode, and it's something brand new. So totally recommend seeing that talk and seeing Intel get owned at the lowest level possible. Because some awesome stuff we'll be able to get from that, because they what they're basically doing is computer archaeology, and by finding problems in previous iterations they can still see with the naked eye. They can lot of stuff translates to the newest versions of Intel processors as well. So it's interesting stuff, and you should totally watch those talks. Also, the talk by the one before that,
Yeah.
John McMaster.
Yeah.
John
Oh,
McMaster. John
epic.
McMaster with his whole chemical
Factory.
etching robots.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And it's so cool that he used like a TL866 EEPROM programmer for addressing all the sensors using bit banging. So instead of using an FPI or like a board, he is working on the firmware of the electric TL866 programmer.
Oh.
So he used that. So there was like a number of going to valves and pumps and whatever.
Oh, the tools you have. Oh
Yeah.
dear. Oh
Yeah.
dear. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So highly recommend seeing those when you have time and when they're published. It's
and get some rest before, because it's like heavy stuff.
Yeah. It's the one by McMaster was fairly accessible, even with you being tired. But yeah, it's that's what all talks anyway. So get your energy up before you visit talks anyway. So what shall we do? Shall we talk and rant some more? Shall we design something?
I know you have an Oculus Rift. I have an Oculus Rift. At least I bought it together with Jelle and Jurre. And I got this this notice that
oh yes,
I need to have a Facebook account to be able to use it next year, because Oculus was bought by Facebook.
Yeah, Oculus was bought by Facebook a long time ago, and back then they promised, you won't ever need a Facebook account to do your Oculus things. Guess what, people? They lied.
Yeah. But it's
so, I fell for even though I knew this was happening. I already owned the Oculus Quest version 1, and I pre-ordered the Oculus Quest 2 because I love my Quest. I love playing Beat Saber and other VR games, but mainly Beat Saber without the attachment of a PC, without any wires. So it's a great little device, and the Quest 2 is, I think, 100 grams lighter, so about 10% lighter, which is great. It has 40% more pixels, which is very great. It's an incredible device again, and they even made it cheaper somehow. Well, I know now why they could make it cheaper.
Yeah,
because you now have to have
your data is sold.
Analyzing your data.
Yeah.
Yes, lovely. So I need to set up a private Facebook account. People interpreted my remarks as setting up a fake Facebook account. I don't intend to do that because they will kick and ban you, and your purchases are gone. It's the purchases as well. I need to figure something out for that.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, after the announcement by Facebook and Oculus, Germany said, "Hey, this does not sound entirely legal. We're going to investigate." And you know what Facebook did? Oh, we're not going to sell these devices in Germany from now on.
Yeah, there was some other news like last week that they're stopping Facebook entirely if you're from Europe, since they cannot cope with the GDPR rules anymore.
Well, they were threatening with it, I think.
Okay.
Which is interesting to say the least. Well, it would solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But well, it would be interesting to see Facebook pull out of Europe entirely with their Facebook, their WhatsApp. Did they own? Was it Snapchat or Instagram? I can't forget. Instagram.
Yeah.
So if all those services leave Europe, what will happen? What new thing will pop up in the European regions?
what happened to TikTok in the USA?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Did they get purchased?
I think they, yeah,
They
VPN.
went to Oracle, right?
Oh yeah, it is now on 5 billion devices installed.
Not a number. Oh God.
Hives too, yeah. Let's do Hives too.
Hives, yeah, I
Yeah,
think a few people tried it, and most of them were of the Telegraph kind of people,
yeah.
and also of various racist iterations. So yeah, I'll wait until something proper comes up, which doesn't violate copyright, which is its own original idea, and
Yeah.
doesn't have as many idiots on it. Cool. So what shall we do?
I think there's, yeah. Joseph saying let's blow up something like an ESP.
No, Renze from the batch team already burned 2 ESP32s trying to construct our prototypes. I'm done burning ESP32s. They're too expensive for that.
Yeah.
The 5 billion devices with Java, not Oracle.
Yeah. But that's like the running joke since it was taken over by Oracle. It would have like the same logo, so they replaced the logo of Java with.
Yeah.
And the number never changes, by the way.
Well,
How about fixing your MacBook?
How about fixing a MacBook 2011 MacBook Retina? They don't exist. You're either talking about a MacBook 2011 15-inch with the GPU problems, or you're talking about fixing a 2012 model, which does come in a Retina version.
Anyone
But
will do.
Later 2012 or early 13, I think. There is a 2012 Retina. I don't have any on hand to fix, so no, not going to do that.
I think we should go for the
some 3D
yeah.
design or 2D design. Yeah, some drawing skills. Cool. Yeah, and you were planning to do some more I2C stuff with the M5s, right?
Yeah, the idea it all depends like on what the people in the audience would like to see us doing. So it's like not our stuff. Actually, it is our stuff. So we're just kicking around.
What are you interested in? Are we going to do some more software development for the M5s, or are we going to do some case design? And if we're doing case design, 2D laser cut design or 3D printer design, let us know.
If I have a vote, I really like the
some design work.
The something inspired by the Campzone batch. They had like this click.
Yes, on... the one by Kartoffel, you mean?
Yeah.
I am nowhere near that level of proficiency.
Get him in. We'll add another user to the skull.
Okay. Let me think. We can at least start Fusion and do some stuff with that. So here we have Fusion. It's on stream.
Yeah.
So before I begin talking about Fusion360. Fusion360 is owned by Autodesk. It's closed source, and I think you need a license these days, and the free version just got castrated again. So yes, Fusion is, well, kind of evil. It's not the greatest. The thing is, 3D design in open source land is still shit. There's no two ways about this. You can use OpenSCAD, which is cool if you're a programmer. I am not a programmer. I'm more of a visual person when designing things. And you sometimes need an internet connection for it to call home, but I'm on stream anyway, so I have an internet connection. So in my case, it doesn't really matter.
Can you still get this software?
Fusion360? Yes.
Okay.
Let me check what their current licensing model is. Let's see what they do these days. They have a subscription model. let's see what they do. Oh, I can switch to my browser again. Let's see, browser.
Let me get
transition.
some beer. And
Yes.
if you all want some beer, get some beer now.
Yeah, get your own beer.
Get your own beer.
So Fusion360 is €300 per year.
Wow.
For a single seat. However, if you're still a student,
or have to, as in twins,
then you can get one for free if you want to.
Okay.
The thing, what you do get if you get the whole Fusion platform, you also get Eagle for designing PCBs, which I also do not recommend because it's closed source. And other stuff, but yeah. But the basics of 3D design are.
Sorry.
Let's just keep it at that. 3D design is also doable with other software. There is I think is it Onshape? Onshape, which is a browser-based CAD program, which you can use, which roughly follows the same design paradigm. So,
cheers.
So you can use anything. Besides having the software on my computer, I'm also using a space mouse. Let me see, is it in the picture? Which looks like a big heavy hockey puck as a little controller to save my wrist a little bit.
Okay.
And I can
how does
use
it work?
that to. It's basically a joystick.
Yeah.
And what you see now, you see all the oh, I need to hit a button. Sorry, yeah. That's why you can't see it. Sorry. You can now see, I think, stuff, the main view area move around, and I can move in, zoom in, do little orbits, that sort of stuff. So I can rotate the objects I'm looking at, which is something I really like because I constantly normally have to drag this cube in the top right to do my views, but now I can just use my left hand.
Oh, this is an addition to the mouse.
Yeah, this is basically a second mouse. It's called a space mouse.
Like you're playing Quake.
Like a what?
Playing Quake. Like having the keyboard and the mouse at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. Using both hands is very, very nice to have. So let's do some basics first before we start any case design. And I'll get this out of the way because it would. Most of these 3D CAD programs begin with a 2D sketch, and you work from there. You create surfaces which you extrude in a certain direction. I'll show you that in a bit. And you make a part, and then all those separate parts you design, you can assemble in one big assembly. Probably not any time to do that tonight, but let's just get some stuff.
Get started, yeah.
So I'm going to create a sketch, so here top left. As usual, the pop-ups are not captured, so forgive me if stuff does not appear on stream. And we need to check a plane, a surface to work on, so X, Y, or Z plane. I'm using the basic ground plane. And here we are. So I get a nice flat sheet of paper. And let's just say we want to make, let's make the M5 atom shape, roughly.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's seen from the top, it's basically a round rectangle, right?
Yeah.
So let's first draw up a rectangle. Doesn't really matter what the dimensions are because we're going to fix that in a bit.
Can you use shift to make it square?
Probably, but I can do that later in software anyway. Yeah. So because this is funny, I hit the D button for dimensions. I click the line I want to make a dimension of, and let's set that to 50 millimeters. And let's do the other one. And this is the cool stuff. I can either type in 50. I can also set a constraint to make it the same. So I'm not actually going to make a dimension.
I just
I'm
see
actually
it's 24 by 24 millimeters.
yeah, we can fix that in a second, because first I'm going to tell it
Yeah.
that this line, the bottom one, is it
Yeah.
turning blue at your end?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's turning blue. So I have all these buttons up here called constraints,
Yeah.
which tell the software that there are rules governing those lines. So let's see where they are. Where is the one I'm looking for? I'm always losing one. Equal. And I'm going to click the first one and the second one and tell them they are equal. So now it's perfect square. And if I change my dimension here, and I change it to, let's say 25, or you were saying 26, right? I have my
24 by
caliper.
24.
Let's use my calipers and get the real deal. Exactly 24. Exactly 24. So let's just enter 24. And the other one should change as well. Yeah. So they're now both exactly 24 millimeters. Cool. Let's finish this up. I have my square. And if I rotate my view a little bit, you can see it's a nice flat square.
Yeah.
So now we're going to pull up that square, extrude it upwards into the shape we need. So I'm going to hit extrude. It's already selected my plane, and let's see how high it needs to go. It needs to be 14 millimeters high. Let's enter 14. You can choose all kinds of settings, not going to bother with that now. Okay, so here we have our lovely little cube.
Cool.
And this is why that space mouse is so cool. You can just do little orbits with it.
Is it expensive?
If you want to buy a wired version, I think they're new about 150 or 180 euros.
Okay.
If you're getting them secondhand from Marktplaats, about 80 to 100 probably, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
I bought mine from Marktplaats. It's literally brand new. So yeah,
It's like architects using these, or it's like for
anyone using this kind of software.
Okay, yeah. I
So
used to work on Apple with these and with joysticks, indeed, and with a touchpad somehow.
Okay, but it doesn't really look like the M5 stack yet. Let's do some things to it. So let's first off do those signature rounded corners, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to hit fillet. And let's select some edges. It's already selected 2 edges. Gonna rotate, do some more. Okay. And let's set a radius of, I think, let me check. It's roughly 1.5 mils. So 1.5 millimeter. Okay.
Nice.
You get a nice little preview.
Yeah.
Up, okay, there we go. That's better. That looks a lot more like an M5. But now we have the problem that the display is countersunk into it.
Yeah.
So how do we solve that? By doing another sketch and then extrude downwards into it. So we're gonna sketch on top of our model.
Yeah.
And we get a lovely little plane again. So let's do another rectangle. And we're gonna do some other stuff to it. Let's first off get a rough thingamajig and again make it equal, because that's what we like. And let's do some trickery with this. We can either we can go about this 2 ways. We can set a distance from. There's many ways to do this to get this position right. So we can use a dimension to do like this. Get the spacing of the wall. So the wall is about 2.6 millimeters thick. I think. Yeah, 2.6 sounds right. Oh, there we go. And then we also have to do the other one. And let's just give that the same dimension. So I'm just going to click the old dimension on the top. And that's, oh, you can't see the little pop-up.
Yeah.
But I can just give it the same dimension. And then you see that there's a formula, fx, and that's just because it's the same thing. So I'm going to do that to the top one as well. This is lazy stuff. And now, because it's all equals, I don't need to do the fourth one. I can just show you and click them, and it will say, adding this dimension will over-constrain the sketch. You click OK to create a driven dimension. Now, I'm not going to do that. So it's the same. So that's option one. There are several other ways of doing this. Not going to bother right now. We're just going to continue on with messing this thing up. And I will probably realize at some point that we haven't done it the right way, but who cares? So we have this new sketch, and let's extrude that. Let's reverse the direction. Let's see how I do that. By doing, let's see how deep it needs to go. Depth gauge, 2 millimeters. So I'm going to set it to -2. And we're going to cut in the dialog. Oh, you can't see the dialog again. Oh, this is so annoying. I need to figure out a way to get all those dialogues in because this is tedious.
Hey, Jan.
Pwuts is hard.
Good evening.
Pwuts is hard at work also measuring things, I think.
Yeah.
So we now have our little cutouts.
But I think that this is due to the fact that we're using Zoom, right?
No, this is OBS not capturing everything.
Oh, okay.
So let's see
put it on a different screen.
No, yeah, I don't have a second
screen?
monitor.
Ah, okay.
I don't have a second monitor, so for now this is good enough. So there is a nice little fillet that needs happening on the top here. So let's do those.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and let's not get a. Let's do a set. No, that's a corner. Oh, we're not going to do fillets. Hey, where's the other one? Oh, a chamfer. I got the wrong one. Let's do a chamfer because it has straight lines. It's not rounded. And let's do a 0.5 millimeter chamfer. Or a bit more, maybe. Let's do 1 millimeter. That looks pretty. That's all right and proper.
Yeah, cool. But there's an extruded part that's bigger even underneath. Oh, nice, yeah.
Pwuts, don't feel so insecure. Just go do it, and you'll get better at explaining.
Look at our first streams.
Yes, look at my first classes I ever taught. It was a mess.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Just do it.
So yeah, this looks already quite a bit like an M5 stack, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So let's go ahead and figure out a way to make a USB-C connector into it. And yes, we can use some symmetry for this. So this is interesting. So I'm going to create a new sketch, pick a side, any side, this one. And our USB-C connector is, let's see how wide it needs to be. I'm not going to really design a proper USB-C connector out of metal and put that in separately. Just keep it simple for us. Just make a cutout where it is supposed to go. And if I am seeing this correctly, I need to make this 9.5 millimeters wide. So I'm going to do Yeah, let's do it like this. And we can always change stuff up later. Okay, 9.5 millimeters. Let's see how high it's supposed to be. And you notice that I'm not doing exact stuff at the moment. I'm just placing a rectangle,
Yeah,
changing it up as I move along and making it more exact as I'm designing.
easier that way.
It's super relaxing.
Yeah.
Oh, missed. Oh, there we go. So, oh, let's hit the. Okay, so now we have our rough shape. And we can do some trickery with it. I'm going to give it some placement. And let's see how high it is from the top or from the bottom. Let's do from the bottom. It feels more proper. It's 7.5 millimeters from the bottom, roughly. We're not doing perfect fit anyway, because nobody is going to use our model for making a proper mockup. So let's do, what was I saying? 7.5, right? 7.5. There we go.
Yeah, while seeing you doing all the design, I look at the box itself, and it's like so complex with all the notches and like.
Yeah, there's a lot going
There's
on.
a lot of work spent into making this device, allowing you to open it, allowing you to close it as well. Like, yeah,
Yeah, and for them
really like
to
that.
manufacture it really cheaply, because what they're using is a technique called injection molding.
Yeah.
Injection molding is very cool, but very hard to design for. So if you open up your little M5 stack, there's two parts, the top part and the bottom part. And you can, on the inside, you can see some of the tooling marks from the molds and the machines. And you can also see stuff like with a bit of texture, because it doesn't matter that it's smooth there, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And they have to make design a mold that's designed in a way that all the plastic can flow to every nook and cranny of the part. It's a real challenge to make injection molded stuff. So let's the one thing I still need to do is center this. So it's currently just floating around from left to right. It's not fixed in location yet. So let's do it like this. I'm gonna give it a let's first get this dimensioned in. Oh, I can't. No. What? How are we gonna do this? Symmetry, curvature. Let's just use a to the midpoint of an object. I'm in two minds of this. What can we do? We'll figure that out later. Let's first design all those nice rounded corners, that sort of stuff. So we have our fillet button up here. I'm gonna do the same thing we did with the other thingamajigs. And shall we say, what kind of rounding is that? Yeah, 1 millimeter feels right. It's not exact science we're doing, so we're just gonna do a 1 millimeter. And something happened. It's actually warning me. You can't see the pop-up, but it's warning me that I've done something wrong to it. What you see is that a lot of the lines have become blue again. They went from black to blue. That means that they're not constrained in the system, so they can float around and move around. And we don't want that. So what we're going to do is do some more constraint work between all these parts. Oh, that's actually over constraint. So I messed that up. I made a wrong assumption. So let's do some. Oh, this time I broke this one. And I broke this one. So let's say I want to dimension this height. And I need to design these two. And now I can, again, give them a place to live in. So let's make it this one. No, that doesn't feel right. Let's not do that. Let's do this the right way. Yeah, I figured out what I'm going to do. I am going to add a sketch line, a construction line as we call it. And I'm going to add that to the middle. I'm not sure if you can see the blue triangle up top.
Yeah.
Okay, so the blue triangle is, hey, you're in the center bit point of that line. I'm going to drag a little line to the middle of the other side. So now I have a place to work from.
To align it.
Yeah, because I want my.
It's like one of those magnetical rulers that you put into some of those programs.
Maybe. I'm not sure what you mean. So
it's like if you want to align something to.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So that's dead center. So now I can say, hey, my left is so many millimeters from the center, but I can just use the dimension of the width of the and divide that by 2. So literally what I typed in was D17/2, just like Excel or any program. And now you see that everything is dead center. All of the lines around the thing are black.
Yeah.
So they're now perfectly aligned to and constrained. So they can't move about anymore. So let's finish this up. And we see our M5 again. We have this thing. So let's cut a hole into, no, not a hole. I'm going to extrude that piece by -4 millimeters. I don't care. It's a USB-C connector. How deep are those? Let's measure. Oh, they're about 7 or 8 millimeters deep. So let's do some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for the model, but hey, it looks good. And here we go.
Yeah, cool.
So we now have a hangar for our airplanes to take off from.
Playing Elite.
So let's see what else is on there. Let's see, what shall we do? Oh, this is a cool idea. So let's see if I get the right side. I need to swivel around. On this side, you can see some holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 5 of them actually. So let's create a sketch. Yeah, 5 times 2, sorry. So there's a pattern there.
Yeah.
And this is interesting because you can draw all these little holes step by step and dimension them. But what you can also do is say, I want a
grid.
A pattern. Yes.
Okay.
Let me first set where are the
shit.
Point. Yes,
Oops.
I need a point. I'm going to draw a single point. Literally a point. Later, I'll tell the software to make a hole with it, but let's first draw a point. That's kind of the point. And I'm going to give it some dimensions so we know where it is. So from the top edge to the center of the hole, it's 3.5 millimeters. And from the left-hand edge, let me see. It's about 6. Perfect. So we now have a single point. And I'm going to select that. Going to create a rectangular pattern. And let's see what the spacing is. And this is something I'll probably mess up because I always make mistakes with these. So just so be warned, I might not be telling the truth until it's actually working. Let's see, it's a 3mm pattern from left to right. So let's first go 3mm. And let's tell it to do 5 of them. Oh, spacing needs to be 3mm. Told you I was doing it wrong. And now you can see some see some stuff pop up.
Yeah.
And let's do 2 with a, and let's see what the vertical spacing is. And again, you're missing the dialogue, so you're kind of missing the point. But bear with me. So
as long as you read them out, we'll find.
Yeah. 2.5mm. So, oh, that's the wrong direction. Let's flip that around. And let's see if I didn't make any boo-boos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, I think. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm going to hit OK. I'll put this out of the way, my sketch palette. So now you see I have done with minimum effort the exact placement of 10 holes or 10 points. It's not a hole yet, it's just a point. So I'm going to finish my sketch.
So point is a placeholder here, or?
Point is literally a point on a plane, on a sketch. And then I can create a hole using the hole button.
Okay.
And I'm going to select all those points. And now it's going to exaggerate because it's left on a previous setting.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix that in a bit, but I'm first going to select all my points. I have a pop-up here that wants to know how what the diameter, the depth, and the angle of my drill are. I can set kind of stuff like that.
0.7-ish?
Yeah, I think 0.7, yeah. That's well guessed. Do you have a mechanical engineering background?
Ish.
Yeah, you were saying you were doing stuff with apples?
Yeah, I started my career in a architect agency. So what I needed to do is they had like this repository of devices, and every time they use like an old drawing to start their new one. So I created a repository with like doors and cabinets and tables and electricity stuff. So that made me learn their tools. And but at that time, if I see this, like this is like magic compared to what we had to work with at that time. But that's like at the beginning of my career, like 25 years back. We still had 5 megabyte hard disks in the corner of the room that need to spin up in the morning. So
yeah, that sort of stuff. Yeah,
different times.
Pwuts is asking if he can share a link to his screen share thing so people can see him design the same thing using different software. Yeah, I would be cool with that. So please do. That's totally cool for me.
Absolutely.
Let's see. There's something I haven't tried before. What I'm interested in is they also have that M5 logo embossed in there, right?
Yeah.
On that side, on the same side. So let's try and put that in there. I don't know if I have a text function actually. Let's see. I have a text function. Let's try that. Let's see what happens if I put M5 there. Oh, that's big. Let's see. I've never used a text function. That's 3.5 millimeters high. That's a lot more realistic. Let's see what font. Well, I'm just gonna guess Arial bold. It's not Arial. It's not bold, but I don't care.
Yeah, I think Arial bold is. No, Arial rounded, I think.
Yeah, the rounding is gonna come is because of the injection molding.
Oh, okay.
So let's just keep it simplistic. Let's see if we can do a bit of measurement. Again, 2 millimeters from the bottom. So I'm going to add a little dimension again. 2 from the bottom, and from the left it's let's see, 5-ish. And again, we're not going for real. That's not right. Come on. Yeah, we talked about this. Autodesk. Let's do this. Right. There we go. That's better. So let's try and create a extrusion with that of -0.5 millimeters. That's more than enough. There we go.
Epic.
That looks cool.
We should do Minecraft streams.
I've never played Minecraft.
No, oh, it's epic. It's really epic. Yeah.
Oh, Pwuts is on Jitsi.
Yeah, and he doesn't have OBS according to his URL.
Poor soul. So that's the general idea of beginning with 3D design. It's just starting at a single point, and that's actually the hardest thing, is thinking about where am I going to start with this. Basically an extrusion of clay. You're gonna add pieces on top. You're gonna stick pieces on the side. You're gonna cut pieces out, and sometimes you'll end up having to go back in time. Literally, Fusion has this. I don't know if it's in the.
It's like undos that you have.
There in the bottom here, there is a timeline.
Yeah, and you can cut out parts.
And you can actually step through your history and go back in time.
Oh, so this makes a good.
Yes, so I can step back literally. Through my history. And
a making of movie.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. But it's also interesting to think like, hey, I should have done a step
in between.
Yeah. And then you can just add it in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice software. It's really incredibly fast. For me, it works incredibly fast to design stuff with this.
Yeah.
Especially when you go start using formulas and parametric design. I don't know if it's possible with Fusion, but with Autodesk Inventor, even I think 10 or 15 years ago, when I was trying to study mechanical engineering, narrator, no, he didn't. But I was trying to study mechanical engineering, and then we had something called parametric design, where you could just link your design to an Excel file spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And you could change the parameters in the spreadsheet and have it change all the dimensions throughout the entire design.
Cool.
And that's the really cool stuff if you're thinking like, hey, okay, I want an M5 standard case, but I want one that's twice as long.
Yeah.
Or double the height, that sort of stuff. Yeah, OpenSCAD does that too. Most of the proper 3D CAD programs do that as well. OpenSCAD is more like programming, while this uses a GUI. I'm not a programmer, so OpenSCAD is really hard for me, but I've tried some stuff with it. I've done some stuff with it.
It's like scripting?
It's writing a little script. It's basically all those steps I just took.
Yeah.
But with my mouse, just writing them as code.
Yeah.
So you say, hey, I want a square, and then you add a formula on top of saying, hey, I want to extrude this, and then go from there.
Yeah.
But OpenSCAD is totally worth it. It's free anyway. But it's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
If you're more visually oriented like me, tools like this, like Fusion, Inkscape, that sort of stuff work better.
Yeah.
For people who are the real programmers among us, find OpenSCAD to work a lot better for them. So yeah, both are cool. OpenSCAD has some bits that are hard. So if you want to do like the chamfers I'm doing here, or the fillets, sorry, the chamfers are the straight ones. Chamfers and fillets, that sort of stuff is really hard in OpenSCAD because you have to write code for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's also very cool to do. I need to pour some more tea first before I continue talking.
Anyone that's within
yeah.
the stream has some questions or requests or suggestions?
Yeah, it's more like people are just hanging out and enjoying us,
Yeah,
messing stuff up,
that's
which is
good
cool.
as well.
I'm going to check out Pwuts' stream as well. Let's see. Pwuts doesn't have OBS. I'm sure I can plug him in, right? Let's see. I can plug him in.
Actually, I can as well.
Yeah, I was. I'm way ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
You are now.
At my browser view, and we hit transition, and here we have Pwuts doing the same thing over a very low quality connection.
Yeah, but I think we have two downscales. So
yeah, we're doing.
Can I try to mine? But then you have to mute your mic on his side.
I guess
I'll just kill my tab.
Oops.
To him.
I guess people can't hear my
me,
but that's not really a problem for me.
Oh, I need to hit transition. I'm out of your way. You can do anything you want.
Okay.
Hey, there he is again. Hello,
Pwuts. Alweer weg. Boeien.
It's now one
I'm
of those
going to try
things where he is
and overtake
streaming, so he can see himself streaming, so he can see himself streaming. Nice.
But I'm not sure if I can do that.
Wave to the camera, Pwuts. You're live on Jellis' stream. Does he actually hear us?
So on this
not
side,
on my side. I've muted the microphone
too.
For
so
the
I'm
echo.
Make another sketch.
Yeah, but he's watching the Twitch stream, so he should be able to.
Okay.
Drill circle. They are 1.2 millimeters in the
very focused.
circumference. So 1.2. And since there are four of them, I'm going to make a linear pattern.
No, I don't
they
think
are 3 millimeters apart in that direction. They are 2 millimeters apart.
And what's he using?
In this direction.
He's using something called OnShape.
Yeah.
And OnShape is a web-based CAD program, CAD program.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And
nice.
that's done by the people who were part of the.
Then they have to be moved into the right place.
Inventor, you have the big competitor.
Which is.
Oh, what was it called? I constantly forget that name.
3.5 millimeters from the top.
But it's pretty good for browser-based software.
I don't know. Something.
He's not paying any attention.
From the side.
Really hard at work doing this. Oh.
I guess that's about.
Yeah. Oh, what you see him doing now is all those little holes. That's the thing.
7 millimeters.
With the pattern. And he's doing them piece by piece.
Then again, an extrusion to make them actual holes.
Which is also cool, but it takes up
2 millimeters deep.
Time.
Remove stuff. Holes right.
So OnShape is just another piece of software.
So there are now holes on this side. There are holes on
them over the other
this side.
Yes, but the pop-ups come
and go. There's a USB-C connector hole.
Tell OBS to just get. I want to tell
now,
OBS what they want.
I don't know if you can see, but right here,
OBS, hey,
there's a button on the side.
This entire application,
I'm going to try and model that right now.
So, but yeah, that's just another way of doing it. But he's very focused now. So let's I suggest we just leave him before he feels spied upon and broadcast through the entire world. He is making cool stuff. Yay, he's awake! He's awake! Hi, Pwuts. So I'm gonna enlarge my view and see what he's doing and trying. Oh, he's smiling that. Yeah. So this is a stream within a stream. This is really cool, though.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, he's done the other side with the 4 holes. So that's why he didn't use a pattern, because it's just so few. And now
yeah. This one.
The switch cutout.
Yeah.
Yeah, that end. Yeah. Let's see what he's doing. And he's working away with the calipers. What's that all about? We're reviewing Pwuts'
alternative. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, like here he's going with all the. Yeah, that's pretty. It improved a lot since I last tried Onshape. Onshape a few years ago was sluggish and slow.
Yeah, it looks actually quite cool.
It looks pretty decent. Yeah, it's usable. So yeah, just try it out.
Cool.
Twitch. Yeah, it's a nice Inception.
Yeah, streamception.
Dual monitor setup. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Pwuts, for this sneak preview of your Onshape workshop you're going to do soon on the Genesis stream.
Yeah, you should join.
WebGL based. Yeah, cool.
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 Killing this one.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
So, G-Brain.
Sorry.
What are we going to do?
Conquer the world, Binky.
Yes, exactly. So, what else shall I have a look at? I can show you something I made earlier in Fusion, because that's.
Switch to.
Yeah, I need to switch my button as well. Let's open that. Yesterday we finished the construction work at RefSpace of.
I'm taking a short break. Be back in a minute.
Yes, sure. Oh, I need to. Don't save. Somehow Fusion needs to restart. Not sure why. I'll go back to my full screen webcam and keep talking until it comes back. Because software is shit. As you know, of the gray box of the correct dimensions is enough. Yes, that's very true. You usually want dimensionally accurate stuff where you're doing precision work. So if you want to design a little cradle for this thing where it fits in just right, then you need some more dimensions, but not much more than a rounded rectangle. Okay, so Fusion is updated. I'm gonna open my previous work. Oh, hello, we have a spam bot here. Nice. Idiot. I'm not in search of followers. I see over 100 students every week. I don't need more followers. So what you're seeing here in surprisingly low quality, I'm not sure why, is something I designed for RefSpace. It looks totally legit to you for the big follows. Yeah, let's get some big followers. What would they mean with big followers? Do they mean really big people? As in very tall or very wide or very big in general? Yeah, really tall people. Cool. Well, I'm really tall myself, so I don't need tall followers. So this is something I made earlier. I'm not sure why the video quality is gone a bit down for me, but it's probably because we're doing streams within streams within streams. At RefSpace, we have a bunch of those sorting boxes I've shown you earlier. I have the same ones here. These guys. Oh, let me go back to my real webcam. And they're awesome.
So they hook on the lid itself as a drawer.
There's a little bit of a black edge here.
Yeah.
And we decided that the off-the-shelf system for storing these, the one the company makes, is not good enough for us. It's not compact enough. And it's not durable enough. So we came up with a shelving system, and it looks like this. I did not design the cases for
you need to switch cameras.
Oh, sorry. So we designed this shelving system.
Yeah.
And this is why CAD software is so cool. You can spot mistakes. I did not design the cases. I downloaded them from a website called GrabCAD, GRABCAD.
Can you share it in the chat?
Yeah. .com. Oh. And you need to set up a dummy account to download stuff there, but it's really cool. You can also use those models for stuff like your KiCad or in your Fusion or any other 3D software. So someone else already designed those cases, and we, from an Inkscape drawing, we designed all these separate parts, like all the walls. I can easily disable one so you can see how it's done.
So did CNC it?
We didn't CNC everything.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what we did. I'll disable a few views. So after we designed this and figured out, hey, this is going to fit, because we just said, hey, this is the front view. Let's zoom in. So here we have enough room on both sides, and it won't fall down.
Yeah.
That mainly, and that it fits front to back, that sort of stuff, and that it fits top to bottom. All that sort of alignment was really important to us. So then we ordered all the wood cut to size. And as you can see, we've included, I'll show you in a little detail. We've even had the wood at the factory rounded.
Yeah. So you can already order it like this?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we ordered it completely rounded and sanded and everything. It's not cheap, just so you know, but it's really cool stuff.
So what do you pay for like an entire enclosure?
I think we also bought some extra, a set extra for making mistakes, 1 or 2 sets extra. But it comes down to about 70 euros per case, including shipping, all the cutting, that sort of stuff. But then we had flat panels of wood. So let's disable some stuff from here. Let's go to this one, the bottom panel.
Yeah.
And this one is really nice because, as you can see, we had to drill some holes into this.
Yeah.
So what do you do if you're a hackerspace and you want to have perfect alignment for your what do you do if you want perfect alignment? You chuck them in a laser cutter. We used our laser cutter at RefSpace for drilling out for making pilot holes, so everything is centered.
And those are not through hole?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was possible.
Well, if you drill, well, we just fire the laser to cut a tiny dot. We didn't let the laser do the entire hole.
Okay.
Voorboren.
Yeah. The center.
So a center punch. Yeah. So we had used the laser cutter to prepare these. So they were all drilled within minutes with perfect alignment. Let's switch to the other one. So one of the walls. So here we did use So here there's dowels again, duveltjes.
Yeah.
In the top and bottom. Here we used 3D printed jigs to cut these, to drill these. And there's a thread on the Twitter, RevSpace Twitter, if you want to see more photos of this. And all the slots were cut using a router, a freesmachine.
Yeah.
To chuck them all out. And so that's how we made those. And yeah, the back panel, same story, 3D printed jigs with some metal inserts to guide the drill.
Yeah.
And so we were done. But it could not have, we caught a lot of mistakes doing the Fusion 360 model.
Yeah.
Because when you've done this, you can tell it to make drawings like these. Let's open it up. It's really slow somehow, not sure why. It's loading. Fusion is in a sluggish mood today. So you can make the technical drawings.
Ah, okay, yeah.
On how to manufacture them. So you can communicate all your stuff easily.
Yeah.
So Danny asks, you didn't tilt the grooves back to ensure the boxes stay put. Each box weighs weighs a few kilograms. The cases themselves weigh, I think, 5 kilograms each, maybe more. Not sure. So nothing is going to move anywhere.
Yeah.
And we pride ourselves at RevSpace for having level cabinets to put these into. So
friction works.
Shouldn't be a problem. Friction works and gravity works, luckily enough for us. So yeah, that's this project. And it was a bit of a learning curve to get all the assembly bits done and all the alignment done, but it turns out pretty good. And then you can do cool stuff like this.
And how many of those do we have now?
RevSpace now has 10 of these cases for 60 of these storage units.
Yeah.
Of which currently I think 35 or 40 are filled.
Yeah.
There's some more stuff that needs to go in there, but yeah, it's I can't say it's future proof, but it'll last us a few more years. Yeah.
Yeah. And will they have like a long ordering span on these boxes? Are they around for a while?
We suspect so. We suspect they do.
Okay.
You can never predict the future.
No.
With these things, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem to keep ordering these for a little while. My tea is sucked in a vacuum. Let's get some more tea.
So I have an ID as well to give you some slack and allow you to drink some tea. And so
you were getting something.
I was getting something. So what I got was, so I need to find myself a micro USB cable somewhere. No, hold on. You should actually see my space
while you're trying to get your stuff, I'll do some promotion of something that's coming up. In early November, let me look up the weekend. The weekend of November 6th through 8th, there's the Hackaday Remoticon. And that's their remote conference. It used to be their super conference held in California. That's impossible to do now, so they're doing a remote event with people around the world sharing awesome workshops. And you can see all those cool and participate in those workshops by visiting them. I'm one of the workshop leaders. There's 2 ways to go about that. You can get a free ticket and you can just watch the live stream. You can watch the keynote, you can watch all the content in there, but you can't really interact. If you want to interact, you need to pay $10 per workshop for a seat. Or if that's a workshop that needs parts, a bit more. But I can highly recommend visiting. Besides me doing a soldering workshop, there is a soldering competition as well with their SMD Soldering Challenge board, in which a few badge team members are also participating. Several badge teams from all across the world, in fact. There is a workshop by Helen Lee about musical instruments I can highly recommend, and some other content on there as well. I'll just post a link in the chat while Yillis is talking. Go check it out.
So what I got myself was this board. Now I need to switch.
You can switch screens, Yillis, because I'm still in the main picture.
Well, as it should. So this is a LED matrix. You can barely see it, so it's so bright. And there's an M5 Fire on top. So somehow use a piece of paper to maybe, yeah, it works. So all are almost there. So my idea was to fire this up and for the people that in the stream, go to let me see, flow.m5stack.com. That's a website, and if you go there, it will pop up an IDE to program this.
Yeah. Oh, I can choose between 1.4.5 and the beta.
Yeah.
Which one do you recommend?
The beta. Then you need an API key, and we're going there. You need to select the fire, which is the red one, so not the first one, but the second one.
Are you going to share
oh yeah,
I'm
going to share the correct. I'm going to share my ID.
Oh dear.
To get some interaction here, so have fun.
Oh, is this going to be Twitch plays Yillis's M5 stack thingy?
Twitch is going to play. Oh, Joseph is already setting up his evil face. So it is going to be a device that will be in my network that is controlled by people over the internet. So this is always a good idea to set up. So I need to Windows view. So you need to set up an. And this is not the correct one. I will show you later.
I'm making too much noise, sorry. I switched on the flip dot, but it's too loud.
Ah.
That was the rustling sound you heard.
I don't hear any rustling sound.
Oh.
We should look at the flip dot. Oh yeah, but it's like calming, right?
Yes, but when it's constantly with you talking, then it's probably annoying.
I don't hear it that much.
Okay.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, there are some problems with you can see a vertical line appearing sometimes. That's a problem.
Oh.
Or a horizontal line. Me being shit at programming software, and the I2C bus being very unreliable. Oh, and you sound like a robot again somehow. Not sure.
Yeah, that's because my battery is out of power.
For me, nothing changed, by the way. For me,
So,
it was all still fine.
Connecting a micro USB. So I'm now connecting to the power. I hope it's better now. Is it?
We'll have to wait a few seconds before
okay.
will tell us. So continue. UI flow.
UI flow. So you need to define the device, which is a Core M5 stack. So you can program it however you want, and we did some streams on this before. So it's just a matter of getting a device. So set the background of the screen, the device to red, and add a label. So the label's background is this. Perfect. No, that's the screen label.
You need to switch screens again.
Oh, yeah. So Windows view. So this is the label, and now I can say label add this, and I hacked.
So this is basically like stuff like Scratch, right?
Stuff like Scratch, stuff like Lego Mindstorms. And if you now run this play button, it will upload it to this device, and on the screen you will see I hacked Yeelas with a red background. So that's something you can do like graphical on the device itself, but there is a board connection connected to this device. And now I need to select units. And the unit that I selected is, where are you? Not a unit. It's actually a module.
Well,
no.
Oh, label. You use the word label. Let's see where that is located.
RGB.
I've never used this before, so I'm gonna play around with it while you do your do your thing. What was the module called?
Yeah, I don't know. It's maybe. You know what? I'm going to flash it, and I will show how it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm opening Device Manager. Oh, I don't actually need to open Device Manager since it's already explaining that I only have one device, which is COM6. So I'm selecting Core. I'm going to UI Flow and select the Fire, the latest one. And now I'm downloading this one. So software will be downloaded. So they actually made an app store for the flashing device. So you can have your own Nexi tube on the M5. Nyan Cat, Sonic the Hedgehog, draw by touch.
How can you tell it to use the simulator instead of the real thing? Because if I hit run, it says my API key is null.
Because you need my API key.
Oh, I can't do it in the simulator I have here in the left of my screen, right?
No. You actually need a device to be able to run it. Yeah.
Oh. Joseph is asking what your API key is.
I still need to flash it. So I'm now burning this. So start. So can I?
So this also works for the atom matrix, right? So I can just.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And if I previously messed up with my matrix because I was using my own Arduino, I can just reflash it to the new system, to this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that sounds cool.
So that they have like this ecosystem where you can just use the flash software, and they will figure out the correct COM port if you're only using one. And it will flash it, will configure it for you, will reset it for you. So that's...
try that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, they have been through some iterations to come to this this end, but yeah, works very well. So if I look at this one, can I?
Is there something I need to install? M5 Burner, it's called.
Yeah, M5 Burner is the software that you need for the device itself. So that's the thing that you see here. So if I now go to COM monitor, then
so you set up the M5 burner and then
flash it, yeah.
Microsoft Defender is very upset with M5 burner. Let's try it anyway. This is cool.
So I'm resetting this. And now the API key, I'll put it in chat. So I think you should be able to.
Oh, and I need to download it to UI Flow. That's the thing that you got.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
So what you do is, and this only works if you have it connected to your computer. So over the air does not work. So I'm
I need
going
a better
to
USB cable.
Yeah. Start M5 burner. And now you see I want to do the core or the stick C or the atom or the stick V, which has artificial intelligence on it. And you can select the COM port and the baud rate. And if you want to see the API key, you go to monitor. So it's now, so let me get Hackaday. Okay. API key. So let me go and show it. So for people that will be hacking me, can you please wait until I have explained how it works? So what I need to do is, it's now stating disconnected on the bottom, like in red. So if I click on it, I can type in the correct API key. And if I press OK, it will connect, and it's not connected right now. So restart, maybe. Do I need to press something? Oh yeah, I think this one. So restart. Is this a different API key? FE8. No, this is actually the correct
Joseph
one.
is also saying that it failed to connect.
Yeah, because it was not in the correct mode. So I'm going back to the. So you need to press the one of the buttons to put it into a mode, because it also features like demo stuff. So this is the devcam, and now it states like the API key is this, and you should go to flow.m5stack.com. You won't see that on the hacker voice I'm in. Yeah. You will also see that on. Okay, cool. So I hacked Yillis. Let's run this piece of software. And now you see I hacked Yillis on the device. So can I do anything else? So if I click here, there's a text, the font. Can I put it a little bit bigger? Even bigger than that. Okay. And now running it again. Won't do anything probably. Oh yeah, it did. I hacked Yillis. Okay, so this works, and if you use an RGB on here, so I can drag an RGB. So taking this one, set RGB 1 to red. See if this works. I hacked Yillis, connected. So don't see anything here. So I probably need something to add for the LED port that's on here. So there's a PIR on this device here on the left, and there's a LED matrix on the. And I need to maybe blind this a little bit for the GoPro to work. Okay, alarm. So RGB LED. Is it this one, port B? Oh, the RGB LED is connected to port B. Maybe it works like this. So run, connect. Oh, now actually On the side, I have a LED that's going on, like here next to the pier. So I can set this one to green, and you will see like the difference here. Okay, so this is not port B then. Maybe I should look at the. So this is m5stack.com, and if you go to the store and what is it? Base.
Yeah, I'm flashing my atom matrix now with the ecosystem.
Okay.
Let's see if that works.
Unit. Oh, maybe it's an accessory. We are. I am programming it first and allow people in the stream to do the same. Okay. So this is the one, Neo Flash Acryl Light, and so if I click on.
Oh, this is actually pretty powerful stuff. There's ESP now in there and NTP.
Yeah. And they released something new. So port. So where is the more information, product information? Oh, let me switch to the other one. So this is the device. So the RGB LEDs are connected to G26. And how can I, using Flash Fast LED and download the Easy Loader. There's an example for IE, and download and load UI flow. So there should be a demo for this one. So demo, and there's this one, Neo Flash. So load it. It's connected to port B. So this is already the software that you can use. So let's upload this one. So what does it do? I have no idea what it does, but let me. Oh, set NeoPixel. So what they did is they used, in fact, a PIR and an RGB LED, and the RGB LED is set to port B, and it's 192 LEDs that you can set, and there's a pair also set on port B. So if I remove all of this, can I delete?
Upload code failed on my end.
Okay. So if I now go to RGB and set this one, no. RGB set. I need the NeoPixel. Where's the NeoPixel then? Advanced mode functions plus.
Wait a second. I think it wasn't connected to the Wi-Fi.
Ah, this one. Oh, you need another thing. So you need to use NeoPixel and set pin 1 to red. So if I'm now running it, it should have one red pixel.
Oh, it's just a bar of NeoPixels. That's
it's a bar of NeoPixels. So what I could also do is create a loop. So that's a loop. and do while, and I need something logic like true, and I need this one and a random thing. Where's a random value between 1. So 1 and is this 1? Either works like this or it's 0 base, that I don't know. So I think it's 0 based. I see blue LEDs as well. It's actually quite fast. Okay, run it again. And set this one to see if it's working. I think I need to reset it if it's too busy. Run. I need to reconnect to it. Yeah, it's connected. Create a different color like blue. Run. Oh, it has some odd colors that are not working properly. But this is like the ID. So let me reset it again. And the API key is in the chat, so you can trigger this yourself and yeah, make this device do something that you want, and share whatever you've done in the chat. If I start the device, please let me know. So I'm going to switch this back to the dashcam view. So you should be able to connect using the API key. Just too bright.
Oh, my project failed. It's saying IMU not found. Which is weird. I thought it came with IMU.
IMU? What's an IMU?
The motion sensor. But I might just be using a bit too complex one. Let's see if I can use another one.
Joseph is the best hacker 1337.
Well done.
And this is only what we see, right? So
yes, he's in your home network now.
He's in my home network, exfiltrating all the data. Exactly.
No, it doesn't want to do the IMU stuff, but that's fine.
Okay. So let me reset this one, so other people could have their try as well. So Noor is working on diffuses. What are you using to diffuse? They are trippy.
Yeah, she got some. When you take apart an old monitor, TFT monitor. You get a lot of different stuff, foils from there, and they
can you make the camera a little bit so she can read your?
Oh,
I only saw your eyes while you were talking.
Yeah, sorry. I'll just ask her to explain. That's easier.
Yeah.
So LCD panels come with a bunch of different foils,
Yeah.
especially if you have one of those weird TVs which has a 3D function in it. If you take those apart, you find tons of light bending stuff to bend the picture, which is cool. So it's like a Fresnel lens, that sort of stuff.
Cool. So she's putting them on her skirt. How do you prevent the wires from breaking? So someone draw a picture on here. Who was that? Just asking. And do you need me to restart it? Yeah. Oh, I see a Rickroll coming up. Nice.
He's never going to give you up. How do you know you have good tea? It's when it's cold, it still tastes good, so you have good tea.
Sharing a snap for Twitter.
Yep.
Oh, nice! Nice, 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 nice. Cool. Who's this?
So, bonus points if you get the LED banner on the right to also say never gonna give you up.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a speaker on that thing?
There's a speaker. Yeah.
We want the music as well.
Yeah. There is a speaker on this thing.
Just to add to the challenge level.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really liking this this M5 software, Yillis.
With the Flow one.
Yeah, hey. I've never used it before. We just went, oh yeah, screw that. We're going to use Arduino and the other thingies, but this is pretty nice.
Tomken has 1337 Tor, lead Tor.
What?
Tom joined the challenge as well.
Oh crap.
Before you know it, it will have web USB.
What I'm really liking is that you can just drag, drop, and then hit the play button, and within 1 second.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can even save those, so you can have multiple in a startup screen. You can save the code as well and publish it online. Yeah, to have other stuff, and there's like custom stuff that you can build. I hear audio, and I see a placeholder for video or audio. Yeah, need more testing though. I used the Python editor last time to write something to spider your network. anyone else wants to join? Like Joseph is busy now, and I see Tom is busy now, doing stuff like trigger a LED. So if you add, beep beep.
Yeah, well, if too many people are starting to flash that thing all together, then we're into big trouble.
One isn't enough. I can flash some more. So have a couple lined up.
I need to restart my M5 burner thingy-majig.
Yeah, and it depends. Like this is very easy. So if I just drag and drop, just like you would on Scratch. So adding this, you go to units, go to RGB LED, and take this one. So I'm setting NeoPixel 1 to so 1 to 5 to red. And if I now click on Python, I will see the Python code as well. So let me, yeah, multiple untrusted device could. So go to.
Bit now is, I think you can just use any ESP32 board for this, right?
I expect so.
So I'm just going to hit up a standard ESP32.
Oh, that will be cool.
And because, well, let's see if we get anything. So we have the, I want UI flow on there. So what's the difference between the regular one and the Fire one?
The Fire one is the W Rover. The Fire one is the Rover.
So yeah. I need to use the Fire one. Okay, yeah. Cool. So let's see how hard this will crash if I push software into this thing.
How do I switch back to the other one? Oh, it's this one. So.
Oh, wow. I should have designed my little board for M5 stack compatibility. This is cool stuff.
Okay, so it starts. So yeah.
They have plenty of sensors for that, right? On the I2C stack.
Yeah, I think most of them. So if you go to units plus, there's like they don't name them by, but it's like a BME, BMP. But you are limited to the 3 ports.
Yeah, but you can hack that in the Python, right?
You can hack that in the Python, or you can say I'm using like a multiplexer.
Mm-hmm.
So did it work?
It's I'm still downloading the UI flow for the Fire. Somehow their download is a bit slow, but
okay.
And I'm gonna push it in.
Someone caused an error.
So what? Someone caused an error. Oh boy.
Okay.
This is why we can't have.
Oh, nice. So what am I seeing now? Someone is showing Joseph Hewitt on Yoast. So yeah, you're like browsing the net. It's your website. Oh, nice.
So,
but it won't interpret.
Yes, and that's the the thing you really need to be aware of with these devices and those really small API keys.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I mean, it was like a 6-digit code or something, right?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
8 maybe.
Yeah.
7. So that's
8. Yeah. Hexadecimal.
1 million API keys. That's probably a problem.
Yeah.
This goes through MQTT. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. So let's see if we can configure this thing. Oh, I have an API key. Let's save. Writing data do not close. Updated successfully. So let's set up my new my device manager. Where new sketch. How can I select a different device? Where was that located?
$4.2 billion, according to calculator.
Oh, here I need to enter this.
It's like max int. And you can only do this on devices that are set up to be in program mode. So if you program your device in Arduino, this is not an issue anymore.
Yeah.
Some characters are forbidden. Why? It's like a hexadecimal number, right?
So I'm gonna try see if this actually boots. Get year sounds good. Let's try a print. Let's find a loop. Or let's get the year. Let's get another print in there for seconds or something. So upload failed. Maybe your device is offline. So it doesn't like my UI flow thingy. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe I can get it up and running now. No, it's probably not in the right mode, so I need to copy some more of their hardware probably. They're probably looking for a button. Their designs are open source, right?
Yeah. Don't know if they're open source, but they are available.
Yeah, well, if they're available, then...
So if you go to store,
let's see if there's a schematic for it.
And go to module, and no, what is it? Unit, I think.
Let's see if I can find one.
Hectoplanet. Who's the Hectoplanet?
Oh, that's probably Tom.
Or Crazy.
Yeah. I like it.
I like it too.
Documents. Is there a peripheral pin map?
Oh, it's not Crazy.
Schematic. I like it. I can get a schematic for them.
Okay. Units. So I saw they had a CAN bus, so I ordered a couple of those. So use.
You always order a couple. You don't order just a one. You always order a couple.
There's no point in having one CAN bus, right?
Oh, that's true.
So like protocol stuff, then you need multiple ones. And they have I2S audio.
Oh, nice. So you can make your own little Amazon Dash thingamajiggy.
Yeah, and they had something else that allows you to copy using sound. Where is it? Oh.
To do what?
So here there was a media trends. No. Blink. No. I thought it was. I so something dropped by where you could communicate using audio, like
That
have
sounds good.
two devices next to each other and chirp from one place to the other.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see it in here. Media trends. BLE UART. EEPROM programming.
So when I'm configuring a device, I can start it in app mode, USB mode, or internet mode. Which mode do I need?
I think internet mode for connecting it to their API backend.
Cool.
So there's app mode to have multiple apps, and the other one is for Arduino, I think.
Okay, let's try that. Let's see what happens. I think my API key changed. No, it's the same. So let's see if that does anything. Update code failed. No, it still doesn't want to. Let's do some more configuring. It is alive. That's the weird thing. Internet mode, quick start false. Let's hit save. Okay. I would love to have this ecosystem working. It's probably just me.
Okay. UI flow web page doesn't even load for me. Oh, too bad.
Ah.
But so do we?
What button do you need to push to get it into download mode? That's probably part of the reason it's not working for me.
On the small one.
Yeah, on the Fire. Which button do you press?
On the download mode?
Yeah. So you press a button to get it in a certain mode, right?
I think the left one. The left one is the app select. Middle one is the demo.
Okay.
Right one is the mode select. I think
so. That's something. Okay, but if it defaults to internet mode, then I should be good. Okay, let's see what I can do.
So if you press the button and then press the B button, like the middle one, then it starts to connect. Please, while the phone is complete. Okay.
Okay. Halcyon Delta is saying, how many points do we get for dumping the firmware over the air? Yes. Yes, you get points. And
I will send you a SMD soldering kit. Ship it to you.
No, it does not want to play.
So are we still having fun yet, people?
Yes. Well, I'm nearing the point where I'm too tired, but I'm still enjoying myself a lot, especially with the UI flow stuff.
Yeah, that's cool, right?
I'll just go back to my little Atom.
Yeah, in the Atom, there's a trick that you need to put it into a certain mode to flash it by pressing a button while booting it up. Some kind. It's different in the different devices.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect that it's you, Joseph, doing the pwn of the network.
Aww.
Someone else.
Don't break Yellis's home network. Come on.
I would say just show on the screen what you just discovered. Share it with the world. Oh, yeah, do so. Please do so. No, I won't mind.
I was tempted to show network info on the screen.
You can probably make a call to whatismyip.com, showing my external IP address. Or do a scan on all open ports 80, or go ahead.
There is a lot of stuff in here. That's
Yeah,
something that's drag and drop programming. This
Yeah.
is pretty powerful.
Yeah, and like mapping to MicroPython.
Yeah, is this basically a shell on top of MicroPython?
I expect so, but it only works one way. So if you alter the Python code, you will no longer be able to go back to Blocky.
Oh. Yeah, I get that. That's hard enough
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, since not all the flexibility of MicroPython will be supported in the Blocky. So I see one X on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone is going like for the crown jewels and mapping the network. Well, there is a lot of fun. There's a peer inside, and there's a
Yeah, come on, put something on those LEDs.
yeah, put something on those LEDs. Make some art here.
Make stuff move around. Little
Make
rainbow.
stuff move. Rainbows, unicorns. Create your own pixel flute.
So, and it basically makes a connection over something like MQTT or something to download the code, or does it make a point-to-point connection?
I think it's using the API key to register to the MQTT server to be able to map it to your device. Hey, LexCore. Pushes code over MQTT.
So basically, if I connect any device to the M5 Stack MQTT server, I can monitor everybody's code.
Yeah, you need the API key then. Yeah,
but if you can connect to a public MQTT server, you can get everybody's API key, and you can literally own every M5 stack in the world at the same time, right?
Only if you know all the topics.
Yeah, but you can't subscribe. Oh, Joseph, you can't subscribe to the master, the top topic. Okay, so they did think a little bit about it. Cool.
So any other requests or questions or whatever? Still 13 people watching.
10 people, yeah. At my side, 10 people, but that includes.
Yeah, it's like there's people on YouTube as well, and people on Periscope.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if they have.
The M5 needs resetting. Okay, we can do that. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, you can select a custom I2C bus for it.
Yeah.
For those units. Oh, that's nice.
So you can have 3 I2C buses or 3 GPIO or 3 serials.
Humidity. Oh, okay. So the ANV, the environment 2 sensor is probably a BME 280. You can get pressure, temperature, humidity from it, so that's easy.
Yeah, that's.
Do they have the CO2 sensor in there as well in their software?
Yeah, I think so. They recently released it. So that's
Wonder
in the
what they
new
called
arrivals. Yeah, the TVO2. Where is it? BMP. Where is it? Here.
It's probably not available for the
TVOC.
Oh, the TVOC sensor. Oh yeah, that's a.
Let me.
I was looking for a real CO2 sensor. In
oh no, they don't have it yet, because you never know what will be featured next time. So BMP 280.
So I need to go to the modules directory probably on their main page.
Units, I think.
Oh, unit. Yeah, there you go.
And there's an BMP 280, so they have the ENV sensor, the environmental sensor, and the environmental alt, which are 2 different ones, I think.
Yeah.
So let me see what is in here. Yeah, I think it will show on the picture itself. So there's an SHT30 plus a BMP 280.
That's a nice combo.
Yeah, right. And do we have the old one here in?
The pricing of all these units.
Yeah, it's like absurd. I really like how.
How the hell can you do this?
Yeah.
This kind of money.
Yeah, like in a
nice casing.
Yeah, nice casing as well. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the M5 is built for collaborative programming, but yeah, it's like a. Instead of having it happen to me, this is showing some odd characters on the screen. So let me show back. So there's an @ sign, V, and a question mark.
Someone is trying to push Unicode to it.
Oh! This is beautiful.
Yep, that is truly cool.
This is very cool.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done. Well done. And who is this? Is this LexCore? That made this happen. Oh, crazy. Oh, well done, man.
I thought Crazy was complaining that he didn't get it working.
Yeah, that it was not set to. Oh, this is the other environmental. This is end of life. So, what did they use here? They did not show what it was.
Battery accessory protocol.
Okay. And you know what is cool as well? They have this flare sensor, but those are very expensive.
Yeah, Oh, where is that also in the unit section?
Don't know if they application maybe. Let's switch back to the.
Because I probably have that sensor.
Oh, wow.
Thermal sensor. Yeah, remember Hacker Hotel 2019?
Yeah.
The people from Seed Studio
Yeah.
sponsored a bunch of Grove
Yeah.
modules back then.
Yeah.
So I probably still have that sensor from back then laying around.
Cool.
And I also need to find, I have a flare sensor, a proper one for my iPhone. I need to find it.
Look
I
at this.
lost it.
600 euros.
Oh, that's the expensive one.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah,
the
yeah.
sensor
That's
I
not
have.
8x8.
No, probably not.
So what is this? 160 by 120.
Wow.
Yeah. Finally able to read what the person before you typed in as a passcode on the ATM.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool stuff. So.
And I still need to get the drone working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So which M5 main module do you recommend these days? Getting the Core or the Core 2 or anything else?
Depends what you want, actually. I think if you're starting on M5, don't start with a Core or a Fire or a Core 2. Just start with something simple. And I think the Atom Matrix is like a good starter one. In, I think, Distrilec is there. The vendor Distrilec is the one that's shipping from the Netherlands, and I used to buy at Tinytronics a lot, actually. So I was like complaining to so this is €7.84.
Yeah.
Instead of
excluding VAT, so that's about €10 including.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, if you want Atoms, RevSpace still has a few in stock, so just make an appointment to visit RevSpace if you don't have a key.
Yeah.
You can get them. Tinytronics is actually located right across, no, well, not right across, but within spitting distance of Hekkelot in Eindhoven.
Okay.
So if you're planning to visit Hekkelot, you can pick up your order from Tinytronics as well.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. Note that both Hekkelot and RevSpace require preset appointments if you're planning on visiting due to the COVID-19 stuff. Normally they would just be open, but
yeah. So people ordering their Core had them just the next day.
That's crazy. No, that's not crazy. Crazy is on the stream.
And the Core is actually 34, so not a lot of money.
That's the Core 2 or the Core
Core
1?
2, the Core 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
XV80, yeah?
Yeah, so that's about 40 including. That's pretty decent.
Yeah, yeah, I think I paid more for the Fires.
Yeah, I like these.
Yeah.
Might actually just be lazy and get a Core 2 at some point.
Yeah, yeah, I think if you already have experience, then Core 2 would make more sense than having a Fire or a Core. Or if you can get your hands on these ones, let me move them to the place. So these ones, I somehow...
Atom Echo Smart Speaker Development Kit. That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have that as well.
Oh, have you tried it?
Yeah, we did on the stream actually. So you're able to record, replay, do not TTS but ASR. So it does a speech recognition like with a backend. So you need to be connected to the internet.
You can have your own little Atom Echo, like Amazon, like the Amazon stuff.
Yeah, it does have some limitations towards people living in England. We were playing with it with Joseph, and it did not understand what he was saying. Well, my American English
wasn't trained enough. Yeah,
wasn't trained enough. Yeah, sorry, Joseph.
With a proper British accent.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we're trying and trying and trying, and it was like, "Hello world." No, I say welcome. Hello world. So it's like,
oh dear.
Yeah, poor Joseph. M5 stack. So what else do they have here? Atom Hub. So M5 stack. Because I noticed that they have some more stuff in stock, like there's some more newer stuff in stock as well.
Wow.
Someone is either playing music or it got stuck.
Nice.
Yep. Ja, dat is bij mij.
Lekker dan. Zit je op je rustige zaterdagavond.
Okay.
Well done, people.
Yeah.
Well done.
Just scared my wife.
Who's trolling Gillis's wife? Come on.
Wat zei Sylvia? My wife just said she want to tear the smoke alarms from the ceiling. So the air quality thing, it's like this one, is 4286, and I got mine for 25. So that was quite a good deal. They have a GPS sensor and a tail bed. This one is cool, like having a QR code reader. So it's a scanner that is able to read QR codes. So what you could do is like create a QR. Yeah, it's quite expensive. So it's like the. So what I'm wondering is if someone is like playing remote, or this is like pre-recorded. Who's doing this?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, thanks for joining, man. Smartwatch development kit. Yeah, sorry.
People, please stop using the speaker. This is not nice. It's just obnoxious.
It is funny, but like my.
Ja, trek de speaker er even uit, Jillis.
I'm not able to disable the speaker. Then I need to like disconnect the entire device.
Well, okay. So let's. If someone else is using the speaker, then we stop doing this. Then you can't have nice things.
Oh wow! They even shipped the Plus. I got the Plus from the UK and I had to wait for a long time. So this is like the normal one with a smaller screen, and this is.
Yeah, that's nice.
Like
yeah. Oh, there's something.
Screen.
There's a question I can look at from Crazy. Crazy, can you post actual links instead of just the pricing and the model name, so I can just click them?
Yeah, that would be cool.
I can have a look for you. And what do you mean with rework thingy, like a hot air station?
Oh, someone was able to enter to create the lights on. Oh, it's actually blinking now. This is cool. Where are you?
Oh yeah, so Crazy. The first one from bol.com. That's I can.
Can I share? Shall I?
Yeah, just give me a second. I'll show you what the buttons I'm pushing, but I need to check if I'm doing the right browser view. So here we go. And I need to resize my browser again. Let's see. Does this fit? No, I need to get back and get back. Oh, this is stupid.
And for the person addressing the LEDs, there's two ways of addressing the LEDs: by using the LEDs itself, but also using units, RGB LED. But then you have to define. Let me quickly switch to the window view. To this one, so you need to add a unit RGB LED, the small. So let me hold on. These ones, and you have to set it to port B with 192 LEDs. 190, yeah.
Okay.
So, switching back. Okay.
Okay. Crazy. If I'm reading you correctly, you're looking for a hot air station. Let's go through them. The first ones you linked were the Amazon ones, these ones. And the thing is, all of them are clones of other clones. And the thing I hate about these kinds of stations is that they're combining several functions into one. This is a lab, power supply, and a hot air station, and a soldering station for 90 euros.
Whoa.
That means you get a terrible power supply, you get a terrible soldering station, and you get a terrible hot air station. The same with the Hua, which does the same thing. So a shitty power supply, shitty hot air station, and a shitty soldering station. So no, I don't recommend models like this. The kit is just, it doesn't work. This one is a clone of a Hako model. Same story, combining functions into one. Don't do that. What I can recommend is go, let's see if Elishop still has them. Get a proper hot air station. You want a proper soldering and playing around with hot air. So you want both. You want both a soldering station and a hot air station. Do you have a budget in total for both so I can make a proper recommendation? So here you see, that's nice. You see the Atten ones, 858. You see those numbers pop up in several different vendors. You see the same hot air gun as the one you showed earlier. It's the same hot air gun as this one, the same shape and size. So it's probably the same thing, just a different driving unit behind it. And these are weird because these have a motor inside here. So there's no air pump in the center console. 100 euros in total, then you're going to be having a bad day. But let's give it a try. The one I can recommend is the AOUE 852 or the 852A++. 852 is an analog one, and that ++ has a digital drive, which has airflow and temperature setup, and a pressure gauge to verify you're doing the right thing. Airflow is important, and you need to be able to tune that without pushing any secondary buttons. Let's see if this one does that. Yeah, it probably does. But airflow is important because you need to tune it. So yeah, if you can spend a little more than just 100 euros in total, get this one for a hot air station. It has saved my life many, many times already. So let's find you a decent soldering station as well. AOUE, by the way, is a brand I kind of like.
Yeah.
It's affordable. It's not the best, but it's good.
Actually, my soldering, my desolder station is a AOE. Where is it?
That is glitchy as hell.
No, it's a Baku. sorry.
Yeah. So if you want a simple, affordable soldering station, get our UE 936 or the 937. 936 again is an analog unit, not very high power, but for normal soldering, it's fine. You can get some tips for that. You can get replacement parts if it breaks. We use them for a batch team hacking area, and they work fine. If you're willing to spend a bunch more, if you're really into soldering, get this one, the JBC for 229.
There's some epic nozzles as well.
Yeah, it has a bunch of tips. You just need 2 of them. You don't need any others. If you're wanting a simple soldering with an active tip, I can really recommend, and not getting it through them, the TS100 or the TS80. You need to supply your own power supply. The TS80 is USB-C, so you can just plug in a USB-C and then you're done. And this needs a DC power supply with a barrel jack. This is an awesome little device.
Yeah.
You get plenty of tips for these. This is highly recommended. Anything with an active tip, I can highly recommend. TS80P, that's probably a...
Yeah, there's more power. The other one is 18 watts and this is 30.
Yeah. So USB-C, I don't know if they already do the power delivery thing. Oh, they do power delivery.
Yeah, they do. 9 volt, not 12. Oh,
yeah,
for the
12 volt.
yeah, for the newer one it says 12 as well, but the older one only
so
9.
That's improved.
Yeah, I got myself this one, the Baku 858.
Yeah.
And I got it actually from the neighborhood here, Hellevoetsluis, and I think I paid around 50 euros for it. And it's actually quite a nice one for a couple of years now. And has the airflow as well and temperature.
Yeah. So in this day and age, if you're doing anything with soldering, I can recommend anything with an active tip.
Yeah.
Which means the element is very close to where you're soldering. The AOUE 936, while being relatively affordable, is an old school separate heating element, separate tip. And the active tip ones have the heating element fused inside the tip.
Yeah, but the tips itself are 25 euros.
Yeah, the tips itself, depending on which brand you need, are kind of expensive.
Yeah.
But totally worth it.
Yeah.
But more importantly than getting which soldering station is getting a good flux and a good soldering wire and good solder paste. Those 3. Let me look where I put them because I was shifting stuff out of the way. Let's see if I can find them again. Where did everything go?
I can see.
I lost everything. Okay, cool. So basically, if you're looking for a leaded solder, get Stonel SN60 PB40, so basically tin and lead, with the HS10 flux in it. I'll switch my camera view so I can show you some more stuff. Get this one. If you're looking for lead-free, get this one, which is SAC solder with tin, silver, and copper. That's why SAC. And Kristal 611, Crystal 611. I'll put some text in the chat field in a second.
Cool.
And for flux, I recommend getting Chip-Quick. I'm hoping it's not mirrored. Let's see.
No, it's good. It's good. It's
good.
Yeah.
SMD 291NL. It's a no clean tacky flux. This is awesome. I can highly recommend it for most of soldering and rework stuff. and fixing mistakes and that sort of stuff. Paste, let's see if I can find that tube. Where did I put that? That was in this box. Also by Chipquick. There's a few other brands that are highly recommended, but I don't remember them. And the Chipquick one is this is a lead-free solder paste. It's thermally stable, so you don't need to refrigerate it. Same with the flux, you don't need to put it in the fridge to keep it good. And this is also an SAC, so a tin, silver and copper paste, TS391SNL. I'll type all the brand names and type the numbers in there.
Jan Willem is
sorry?
Jan Willem is stating that they also sell rework solder Chipquick. That's where I know them from. Like the lower
low melt, low temperature melt solder, and that's a nice trick to remember. If you ever have something you need to desolder and it's hard to get it loose, to get it molten, you use a low melt solder to basically mix in with the solder, so you lower the melting point of the combination.
Yeah.
So if you're doing rework part extraction without damage to both the part and the PCB, get something like that. But most of the time with a good flux, you can just get it off. And we can totally do a rework thingy on stream sometime.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, I'll type in some numbers in the chat. But your budget, molten solder helps with heat conductivity. Yeah, but be careful. If you're heating a board too long, you'll rip the pads off the board. But I'll type some numbers in for you to buy. But I recommend, if you're interested in both hot air and regular soldering, raise your budget by about 50 or 60 euros. So spend 200 in total for both a soldering station like the TS80 and any hot air station like the Aoyui I just said. And then the fluxes and the solder, add a little bit to that in cost. But you won't regret it. The TS80 is something you can always have with you, especially if you have a laptop with USB-C. You can just unplug your laptop and plug your soldering station in. So it will still be useful even if you upgrade your home setup. Does that answer your question? Yeah. So, and I don't recommend getting started with hot air immediately. Just do some regular soldering first. Maybe even invest in a microscope, so you're seeing what you're doing. Hot air is something you can always purchase later, maybe even secondhand. Yeah. But the main thing you're looking for is a station where you can control both the airflow and the temperature, because you both need to influence both. And something that comes with a few nozzles is also pretty nice. And also be aware that most of the temperature gauges on the, I won't say Chinese, but the cheap ones will lie. So you have to visually see what's going on with your board to determine if you're melting the solder, if you're not burning your board, that sort of stuff. Yeah, that's cool. A quick intro into soldering gear. And if you want, I can totally do some solder streaming maybe next week or the week after that, sometimes later. Just let me know what you need. Or you can join the Hackaday session in a few weeks. And if you want to talk with me during the stream, but you don't want the expensive, the $10 seat, I will probably also open an IRC channel somewhere for you to have some interaction. So, gonna hack the Hackaday conference. Sorry. I'll type in some numbers while Gilles is probably
Spamming out the stuff.
Probably time to close off, Gilles.
Yeah, around. I think we're over 3 hours now. 3 hours 15 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, including the delay by the audio setup.
Yeah.
Time to start closing off.
So what I just shared, let me share my other screen, is I'm carrying around this box. So my cyber box. It's from the Action in the Netherlands, and it's filled with all kind of goodies. So the box itself is not even here anymore, but I think €3. And it comes with like a small multimeter, a small oscilloscope, different nozzles, a screwdriver, EEPROM program for I2C and SPI, the level shifter for 1.8 volt, some Dupont cables, 2.54 to 2.0 Dupont cables, some iFixit ESD tweezers, some clip-ons, different ones. These are the Black Widow a device for having JTAG on a board, so you can actually connect to this board via serial and read JTAG and SWD stuff, like different connectors to be able to read chip and FTDI. There's like a very tiny FTDI 1.8 volt. I run into this one. So what's the name again of the brand? DSD tag. And they have like very cool FTDI. So this is 1.8, 2.5, 3.3, and 5 volts. So like everything you ever need. But they also have like a galvanically separated one, so you don't want to kill your laptop on unknown hardware. A tiny logic analyzer, a software-defined radio that uses a more accurate crystal, so you won't have any drifting of frequencies, a USB device that will allow you to check the usage of the USB device that is connected, which will also connect to via Bluetooth to a laptop to populate an Excel spreadsheet with all the measurements that it runs into. Different SIM card adapters. This is the TS80 and the two nozzles. Some new as well. So depending on what you want to do. So there's now 5, I think. Let me see. So this is the TS80, not the P. I have this quite some while. So this is my normal nozzle, and this one is a little bit need to. So it's flat on the side, so you have some more heat distribution. Oh, that's the same ones?
No, this is for the JBC.
Oh, for the JBC. Okay, yeah.
So what I recommend everyone should get if you're getting started with soldering is getting a somewhat wider chisel tip and a somewhat smaller chisel tip. With the JBC, that's the 907 and the 906.
You have no audio, Sebas.
Oh, what?
Okay, now you have it again.
Oh, weird.
Okay.
As I was saying, for JBC, it's the 906 and the 907.
And how about the curved one?
I'm not ever
no audio
using
again.
A curved tip.
Yeah, audio.
Joseph is hearing me.
There's like parts missing. Yeah, parts of your audio missing.
That's probably your end. I think Joseph is hearing me fine.
Okay.
But yeah, just get a chisel tip. I'll measure them.
Okay.
Let's see how wide they are. So the big one is about 2.5 millimeters wide, and the narrow one is 1.5 millimeter wide. That's all I use every time I do everything from basic rework of tiny connectors, everything down to 0.5, 0.4 millimeters. Okay. Yeah. Someone is probably jamming your Bluetooth now. We're using your own MP3.
Oh yeah, that could be. Yeah. Yeah.
The flux pens. I see you have one. I have one too. I have one by Edson FL88.
Yeah.
FL88 by Edson. The thing with the flux pens is that it's a very thin flux. It evaporates within. Well, you blink and it's gone.
Yeah.
While the tacky flux, it provides you with a little bit of bit more cleanup work.
It activates on soldering.
Yeah. I personally like the tacky flux a lot more.
Yeah, I start using it since you started streaming it.
So yeah, I think we need to stop talking, Yillis.
Let's finish this one.
Oh, you have some more.
Yeah.
Oh, ST-Links. Yeah.
ST-Links, a small chip, and for the STM32s, they're ideal to set up. Quick charge adapter, like a proper one, not the one that came with the Chinese one. The solder paste and some flux. I was using other flux pens. And
yeah, doesn't matter.
I got these from the pharmacy, different needles. So I use them both for puncture holes into populated pillar ones. So this is not the needles for the flux itself. Those are different ones. These are actually medical needles.
Yeah, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same fitting. It's the same
system.
So.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, cool.
You just need to find a needle that's wide enough to allow the paste to go through and short enough that it doesn't block.
Yeah, cool.
But it's all the same system.
So I was using this both for measuring and for opening up holes in circuit boards. So using a potato knife for cutting wires. I'm using a toenail cutter.
Oh yeah. I used that for years and years and years for exactly the same thing.
Yeah, it's like this convenient, fits in a small box and allows you to do stuff. And I have a small spray of isopropanol alcohol, like the pure stuff for cleaning up circuit boards. And a small neodyme magnet, alligator clippings, pin headers, straight and curved, shrink wrap, different solder, quick chip as well, the rework wire, the great FET, which is an iteration of the good FET, but this time made by Michael Osman instead of Travis Goodspeed. And this will allow you to as well. So you can like nmap a USB port to see what kind of devices it would trust. Like a USB rubber ducky be able to infiltrate the network. Heat-resistant tape, some tiny rework wire, an iSesame for like opening up small devices without cutting your hands open. A Proxmark that is aimed for the Chinese market, so that's like the Proxmark Easy to do LF and HF card readings. Pwuts connector to allow a normal USB stick being read by Apple for importing and exporting video, different USB devices, and the Logitech one. This is a CTF on Bluetooth for when I'm bored, and this is like the box all completed. So that's basically it. So
Cool.
thank you for joining me and showing cool stuff. Thanks everyone for asking the questions. It will always be more fun when you're interactive. And doing a Rickroll, the Trollolo, is
Yeah.
very cool
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Sebastian?
Yeah, just something for you to have a look at off stream is the microphone issue gets worse when you're looking in a certain direction. If you're
Oh,
looking
okay.
to your left, it's okay. If you're looking to the camera to your right, it gets worse. So that might just be a broken cable on your end.
Okay. So you will hear the robotic voice?
No, I hear you just fine, but I might just be hearing a different audio than the other people are hearing.
Okay, I only have
But
one
Grace
audio.
is saying robotic.
Oh, I see what is going on. So I'm it has nothing to do with me showing stuff, but this one has like another. So if I remove this one, so hold on. Where are you? Oh, yes. And now, no, still here. So hold on. So now this one is gone. So now it should be finished. It should be better now.
Okay.
So it has to do that I had two microphones open, and there was one like with a normal level, and the other one had it like 2 times 100% amplified, making it all robotic. So I thought I removed them from all the streams, but some views still had them in them. So it's not the microphone itself, it's me. I used to use another USB microphone that I need to heavily amplify to make it even audible for other people. And I still had that as one of my sources in some of the scenes.
So
Fixed now.
It took us 3 hours, but we found
Yeah.
Oh well, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Cool. Well.
Yeah, we should redo the stream. So good evening,
yes.
everybody.
let's reconvene next week.
Yeah. Let's do that.
And do something else entirely.
Yeah, let's do that. Thanks, everybody, and have an amazing weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.